As you know, we're right in the middle of our diocesan capital campaign, our Shepards Our Future. And so Alex and Noah are here, and Noah would like to share a few words with us this morning.
Hello, as Father Charlie mentioned, my name is Noah Thalen. This is Alex Pies right here, and I'm a seminarian for the Diocese of Grand Rapids. Some of you may remember me from a couple of summers ago when I spent 2 months here at St. Francis. I have a lot of wonderful memories from that time, and so I'm very excited to be with all of you here this weekend. We're here because of the capital campaign, the Our Shepards, Our Future campaign. And so I just hope to share a little bit of my story and how I decided to enter seminary. I've thought about becoming a priest for almost my entire life. My family was always very involved in our church, and so our parish always felt like a second home, maybe even an extension of our living room. Naturally, because of this, I would get a lot of suggestions from family or from parishioners or from my pastor that I should consider becoming a priest. I appreciated these suggestions and even myself wanted to become a priest. I remember on one occasion when a lot of my extended family was over at the house, we went to go to Mass only to arrive and realize that Mass had been canceled. I wasn't satisfied with this conclusion as an 8-year-old, and so I decided I'd do my own little Mass, and so I delegated tasks such as finding crackers and grape juice and found lectors and servers from among my cousins. And then I said my own Mass right there in the upstairs of our church and gave a nice scathing fire and brimstone homily for my entire family. The priesthood, or maybe just bossing people around, seemed like a pretty good deal to me. But eventually, as I grew up, I began to even resent those comments from parishioners, from my family, and from my pastor. I wanted to make my own decisions in life. While I stayed involved at my church, the priesthood was very far from my mind. This all changed when I went on a retreat that was put on by the seminarians of the diocese the summer before I entered college. While there, I was drawn in by the community and life of prayer among the seminarians. And during this retreat, this time of prayer, I realized that I hadn't really asked God what He wanted from me. To that point, I had only paid lip service to the idea of discernment, and had never truly let God in. And so I knew from then on I needed to give more attention to discerning the priesthood. I continued on to college, where I studied at Grand Valley State University, and I studied finance and economics there. I enjoyed my classes, my internships, but I wasn't totally satisfied. Something was missing. I knew that God wanted more from my life. As college was dwindling down, I made the decision to visit Mundelein Seminary at the invitation of Father Kyle, then just Kyle, who was attending Mundelein. I wanted to see what the seminary thing was all about. And immediately when I visited, it just felt right. I met all sorts of great men, great brothers, and I was really impressed by their prayer, by their brotherhood. And I learned that the priesthood wasn't just some obligation that the Lord wanted to drop onto my plate, but instead, it was a gift that Jesus wanted to give me. And I learned that this priesthood corresponded to a desire in my own heart that the Lord put there. But despite this aha moment, I still wrestled with the decision. But one day, when I was sitting inside the Perpetual Adoration Chapel at my home parish in Grand Haven, remember the day, it was June 1st, 2014, I just simply asked God, is this what you want from me? Are you calling me to go to seminary? And in that moment, I just felt a great peace in my heart that I cannot explain. And in that peace, I knew the Lord's call for me. I knew His plan, and I said yes. Between that day, June 1st, 2014, when I decided to apply for seminary, and today, there was a lot that needed to happen. And this is what seminary is for. Seminary helps a man discern the priesthood And then, if he is called to be a priest, the seminary helps to form men into holy priests. The Our Shepards, Our Future capital campaign goes to support the critical work of seminary formation in helping men to discern a call to the priesthood and also forming men to be priests. God willing, in 139 days, but who's counting, I'll be ordained a deacon and then a priest in June of 2021. Until then, I ask that you pray for me and for all of our seminarians. Please pray that the Lord may give us hearts after his own heart and form us into holy priests. Also, I ask that you pray for the success of the Our Shepards, Our Future capital campaign. Finally, I imagine that some of you feel that God just might be calling you to the priesthood or to religious life. And if that's you, let's talk. Both Alex and I will be in church after Mass. I believe there are future priests and religious in our midst today. Thank you in advance for your generosity with the Our Shepards, Our Future campaign, and thank you also for your generosity in prayer. God bless.
And thank you, Noah, for your words, and I just encourage all of us to continue our support and our prayers for this campaign, but especially for our young men or seminarians in formation.